Alright, we just got through with the Danish couple, and I want to take this same pattern and make another little couple out of it, but I want to show you how you can make something entirely different from it. Now, I'm not going to recarve the little woman. I went ahead and carved another one, the little women. There's no use me recarving it because I've already done her. The changes are going to be into the little man. In other words, not so much the little woman in this situation, in other words. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do later with her. So we're going to leave her the way she is. And I'm showing you different ways that you can take patterns like this and make something just really nice. We're going to leave the little woman the way she is. And now we're going to go into the little man. But as you can see, she's carved the same way, and we use the same pattern for the little man, but things are going to be a little bit different for him, quite a bit different. So anyway, we're going to get this going. Okay, now the little man is, of course, once again, he's 1 1/4 inches thick, and these are both about 3 inches high. No, they're not quite that high. I'm not sure. They're the same dimensions as the, yeah, they're almost 3 inches high, like 2 3/4, something like that. But what this is going to be a little wedding scene. And with this little pattern and these little figures, you can do so many things with them. I'm out in the garage now. It's been a rainy day once again here in Texas. I'll tell you, the rain is just unbelievable. You can't keep up with your grass cutting. It's been so wet and everything like that. But man, all right. Now the little man used from the same pattern. Okay, let's just go ahead and just kind of shape him. All right. Now, first of all, from the same pattern, we're going to have the little man. The head comes like this, comes around, comes like this. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a little thing across there. Okay. And just kind of go which way we're going with the little man and the little woman. It has been raining here so much. We've had so much rain. You know, we just had that storm here not long ago. The one that hit Houston so bad and took so long to get their electricity back. Okay, now on this side, the first thing we're going to do is we're not going to use this like we had on the little woman, so we're just going to go ahead and take this off right here, okay? Because on this side, we're going to have the arms of the little man going down like this. In other words, actually we're going to have straight down is what we're going to have. Just very similar to this type thing on this side. And we're going to cut, and we're going to take that off right there. And we're just going to start sort of bringing this down right in here. Bring this down right in here. Now you're going to hear a lot of noises. People are moving. This is a Sunday. People are moving around, doing a lot of things and getting things done. My brother-in-law, he's out somewhere, I don't know where, eating, I guess, or something like that. So you're probably going to hear him come in. When you're out in the garage like this, now a lot of people say, why don't you do it inside? Well, I would, but I like to sit out here in the garage and do it. And to be honest with you, because of my eyes, I don't see as well as I used to. Sunlight is so good for me in order to see so well. I like sunlight, and I like to use it. So sort of getting the head rounded off, and we're going to do a few different things, basically on the same premise of what we did last time. But we're going to make this a little wedding scene where we had the little Danish couple last time with the guy with the little sickle and all that other stuff. And we're just putting the hand over here like we did with the other one. A lot of people ask, how do you know when you go to carve something, do you have an idea of what it's to look like? Yes, most of the time you do. Now, it doesn't always come out that way, but you have an idea of what you want to do before you carve. It's like in anything that you do. You have a general idea of what you're looking for and what you're assuming something's going to look like. That doesn't mean that it's going to exactly turn out the way that you want it, but you have a general idea of what you want. So but that's in anything, you know, that's in anything you do. You should have a general idea of what you want. I hope everyone is doing well. We lost a good carver, Gary McDaniel. Gary, I've known him for a long time, and he was way back when Wood Carving Illustrated, and Gary had some, I think he fought cancer for a while and stuff like that, and he's gone through a lot, and he finally succumbed to it, or you know, when you have cancer a lot of times and you go through the treatment and all that stuff, sometimes the treatment causes issues and problems in your life. It's even greater than what the cancer is causing. So, you know, you have heart problems from the chemo, and you have other things and like that, and Gary succumbed to it, and it was a very sad thing. He was a good carver. He was a very good carver. And it's just been lately I've had a lot of deaths that have come my way. A good friend I told you that had the leukemia. And then I got a word from, I had a friend named Donald Barkley that he got Alzheimer's, and he died about a year ago. And he was in his 80s though, but he had a grandson named Blake, who was his son Scott's only child. And I got word from Stacy, his daughter, who lives in Houston that the boy had a seizure. I think he was in the dorm room where he is and had a seizure and no one was around. And he passed. He's only 19. Very, very sad. Sad. Just broke my heart. Very sad situation. And it just really broke my heart because I have known his son Scott, and I'm just going to draw kind of the hand around here. I'm not going to put it in his pocket. I'm just going to let me kind of put it, just kind of draw it out just a little bit and then come back with it. Yeah, he had I didn't know that he had seizures, epilepsy, but obviously he did, and good looking young man, 19 years old is all, and had a seizure, and I guess no one was around or whatever, and I guess I understand. I don't know as much about epilepsy as a lot of people do, but I understand sometimes that people swallow their tongue, or you can swallow your tongue or something like that, and he died. And just an extremely, extremely sad situation, and just sad. It was. And he passed away. And so that was a very sad thing. So it's just been a kind of a difficult time these last few weeks and stuff, these deaths that have occurred. And you know, you expect it in old people. I mean, you expect it in older people, not older people, but not in young people like that. But we're often shocked and surprised at how many young people pass away from just things like that. In other words, perhaps it was conditions that they didn't know they had, or it was whatever, but anyway, he passed away. And I had seen Blake. I had met him at one time, but didn't get to talk to him much. His father, Scott, was a very successful doctor in Big Spring, Texas. Okay. Just kind of working on this. I have never, I don't know that much about epilepsy. I have never dealt with anyone who had epilepsy. It's all I've heard, you know, and know concerning. I know it's a very serious disease, and when a person has a epileptic fit, I'm saying fit, excuse me, a seizure. We used to call it epileptic fits, but have the seizure that if you they somehow have a tendency to swallow their tongue, and they can choke on that. And I assume, I think that's what happened to Scott. Perhaps no one was around when he had it. Sometimes those type of things, I've heard of people who have had seizures and stuff, but as they get older, they don't have them anymore. And they kind of outgrow them or whatever. But maybe they thought that he had. I don't know, maybe they thought he wasn't having them as much, or wasn't having them, and that he had kind of outgrown them, and unfortunately that's not the case. Okay, I continue to get this kind of done in here. Okay, come across here with, to kind of give it the hand there, right in there. But it was their only child, and that's, I have not lost a child. Losing a child, I understand, is probably got to be one of the worst things in the world. And all right, so far we have our man looking good. We have him in a way looking spiffy. All right, now let's work on this head a little bit, kind of getting this kind of worked out. We want to get it like the other one, where the head is completely round and almost like a ball. This is the other one that we worked with, and you just do that by continuing to go around and trying to get the figure, and then we'll show you what we're gonna do. And go as we go along. Okay, let's go ahead and cut our hand in here. Kind of work out the Okay. All right. Now what we want to do is start thinking about. Let's get this down. Let's get it down a little bit more on each side. Get it down. Hear the thunder in the background. It has just, the rain is astronomical around here. We have been inundated with rain that is just beyond me. Every single day it has been raining. Not to the point of you know, flooding all the time, but it just keeps everything wet, and that's good in a lot of ways, but also it makes the grass grow, and you can't cut the grass because it's so wet and all that stuff. Like I've told y'all, I take care of my yard, my neighbor's yard, and another lady's street's yard that her husband died of COVID. So all right. Let's get this front down just a little bit. Here comes my brother-in-law. There we go. Let's get this front down a little bit more before we start doing the clothing on him.